The great white shark has been the ocean's most iconic predator for decades. Its torpedo body, its reputation as a relentless hunter, and its imposing size made it the undisputed king of the marine food chain. However, even the most fearsome predators can face threats that science is only beginning to understand. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos about ocean mysteries and shocking marine life discoveries. It all began when a team of marine biologists decided to tag a 2.7-meter adult female great white shark to study its migration patterns and behavior. They fitted the shark with a tracking transmitter that recorded location, depth, and temperature, hoping to gather information about its movements and hunting habits. This type of monitoring is common for understanding how these animals interact with their environment and how they move across vast expanses of the ocean. Weeks later, the transmitter data began to show something completely unexpected. Instead of recording normal movements or routine descents, the signal indicated that the shark had abruptly and definitively disappeared. Even more surprising, the sensor information suggested it had been swallowed by another organism, as the recorded temperature corresponded to a warm, constant internal environment, very different from the open waters it normally traveled. The researchers quickly ruled out transmitter failure. The data showed a clear pattern. The shark had been consumed and dragged to extreme depths, something that had never been documented with such precision for an adult shark. This finding revolutionized the way scientists understand interactions between marine predators. Traditionally, adult great white sharks are considered apex predators, with very few natural enemies. Their size and strength protect them from most predators, and direct attacks from other species are extremely rare. Until now, it was known that some orcas had attacked great white sharks, removing organs like the liver, but cases where an adult shark was completely devoured were practically unknown. The transmitter evidence left no room for doubt. Something much larger than the great white shark had consumed it. The thermal and depth signal confirmed that the tag ended up inside a giant stomach, providing data that biologists never imagined they could obtain. This discovery opened a debate among scientists about which species could have been responsible. The most likely candidates are large orcas, or even bigger sharks, capable of attacking and consuming an adult predator quickly and efficiently. This type of interaction, known as extreme predation, is rare, but it demonstrates that the ocean's food chain is much more complex than previously believed. The tagged shark did not disappear by accident, human error, or technical problems. It was the victim of a superpredator whose identity is still not known for certain. These types of events, although infrequent, might be more common than scientists thought, simply because most of them occur in deep and remote areas, out of the range of direct observation. The most unsettling aspect of this finding is that it challenges the popular perception of the great white shark as the ultimate predator. If an adult shark can be consumed, it means the ocean still harbors creatures and behaviors that remain hidden. Modern science, with its tracking systems and advanced technology, is just beginning to reveal these extreme interactions that completely change our view of the marine ecosystem. The data analysis also showed how the shark disappeared surprisingly quickly. The transmitter signal indicated sudden vertical descents, as if the shark had been dragged into the deep within seconds. This type of behavior does not correspond to normal migrations or typical prey attacks, but rather to an instantaneous predation event that demonstrates the strength and speed of the responsible superpredator. The importance of this finding goes beyond the case of a single shark. It forces us to reconsider how we understand the hierarchy of marine predators, and to accept that even the most fearsome animals have even greater enemies, capable of altering the ecosystem's balance. Great white sharks, although majestic and powerful, are not invulnerable, and this discovery marks a turning point in marine biology. Furthermore, researchers point out that these events can directly influence population dynamics. If an adult shark can be eliminated by another predator, hunting, reproduction, and migration patterns are affected. This means the presence of hidden superpredators could have a much deeper impact on ocean health than ever considered. The disappearance of the tagged great white shark and the information obtained through its transmitter reveal that the ocean remains a territory full of secrets. The data shows that an even larger predator exists, capable of devouring an adult shark and surviving at extreme depths. This finding not only solves a mystery that had baffled scientists, but also opens new questions about the biodiversity and balance of marine ecosystems. Following the discovery of the missing great white shark, marine biologists began to analyze in detail what could have consumed it and what this event means for ocean ecology. The transmitter information allowed for the reconstruction of a scenario in which an even larger and more powerful predator interacted with the great white shark quickly and efficiently, showing a level of violence and precision that few scientists had imagined. Comment shark if you believe there are still unknown superpredators dominating the ocean depths. One of the initial hypotheses points to orcas, known for their ability to hunt adult sharks. These cetaceans, especially some populations in the northern hemisphere, have specific techniques that include biting the base of the tail to immobilize the shark and then flipping it belly up, inducing a state of tonic immobility that allows them to feed without risk. This behavior, documented in several coastal areas, aligns with the data obtained from the transmitter, which indicates rapid descents and abrupt movement patterns that could reflect a real-time predation struggle. However, the depth and conditions recorded by the device suggest that the great white shark disappeared in deeper waters than usual for known orca attacks, raising the possibility of another unknown species or an exceptionally large specimen of a predatory shark. Researchers consider it could be a giant mako shark or even a great white shark larger than any previous record, capable of consuming a 2.7-meter adult without problems. These hypotheses are supported by historical evidence of interactions between large sharks in remote areas where direct observation has been limited. The recorded behavior also revealed patterns of extreme vertical descent, suggesting that the superpredator could have submerged to depths of up to 500 meters in a matter of minutes. This type of maneuver not only facilitates capturing prey like the great white shark, but also protects the predator from potential competitors and other environmental risks, demonstrating a level of strategy and adaptability that challenges our understanding of marine behavior. Scientists also analyze the ecological implications of this type of predation. The disappearance of an adult great white shark has direct effects on the population dynamics of prey, including pinnipeds, large fish, and other smaller sharks. The elimination of an apex predator can alter the balance of the entire food chain, generating a domino effect that impacts everything from medium-sized species to smaller organisms. This shows that the presence of superpredators in the ocean plays a crucial role in maintaining biodiversity and regulating the ecosystem. Another important finding derived from the transmitter data is that these extreme events might be more common than thought, but simply go unnoticed due to observation limitations in deep waters. The deep ocean remains one of the least studied places on the planet, and cutting-edge tracking technology allows for the first time to record high-level predator interactions with an unprecedented level of detail. Researchers also began to consider the possibility of still poorly documented species of giant sharks that could play a super-predator role in the deep ecosystem. Although fossil records indicate the extinction of giants like the megalodon millions of years ago, the presence of exceptionally large sharks in certain remote areas suggests that predators capable of significantly altering the current food chain still exist. Furthermore, the observation of the missing shark provides critical information about the resilience and adaptability of great white sharks. Although consumed by an unknown predator, other individuals in the population show behaviors that allow them to avoid high-risk areas, adapting their migration routes and hunting habits. This demonstrates that great white sharks, although vulnerable to superpredators, have survival mechanisms that have evolved over millions of years. The finding also has implications for the conservation of these species. Great white sharks are categorized as vulnerable, and the data obtained helps to better understand their movement, reproduction, and feeding patterns. By understanding which predators affect them and how they relate to their environment, biologists can design more effective protection strategies, especially in areas where the risk of extreme predation is high. This discovery also challenges our cultural perceptions of great white sharks. For decades, they have been portrayed as supreme and invincible predators, but the data shows that even the largest ones can become prey. This information changes the narrative of marine life, showing that the oceans are full of complex interactions and that absolute dominance is more of a relative concept than an absolute reality. Subsequent studies focused on analyzing historical patterns of shark disappearances and records of unknown attacks, looking for correlations that explain how and where these extreme predations occur. Marine biologists compared the location of the tagged shark with migration data from other large predators and found coincidences with deep roots where exceptionally sized creatures are likely to inhabit, reinforcing the hypothesis that the superpredator remains active and adapted to these conditions. Another surprising aspect is how this finding reflects the level of knowledge we still lack about ocean ecosystems. While we know many interactions on the surface and in mid-waters, the depths remain largely unexplored. Sharks, although highly studied, may be part of a web of predator-prey relationships that challenges conventional understanding. And this discovery opens the door to new research on undocumented superpredators. The investigation of the missing shark shows how modern technology, from advanced transmitters to real-time data analysis, changes the way we study marine life. What was once a mystery that challenged decades of observation can now be tracked, documented, and analyzed with precision. This finding not only solves a mystery, but also opens a new chapter in marine biology, where the ocean remains a territory of terrifying and fascinating secrets. Share this video with someone fascinated by the secrets of the sea, so they can see how modern science is revealing what once seemed impossible.